So, for my second video, which will hopefully be as great as the first one, I want to talk about the carnivore diet. So, this is a diet I have been doing for 1.5 months, approximately. So, I started on the 5th of May, and right now, as I'm filming this, it's the 24th of June, so it's 1.5 months. The carnivore diet is the most extreme radical diet I have ever encountered, and it's also probably the best diet. But I'll give a brief overview of what it is. So you're eating only meat and some other animal products such as eggs, butter, milk if you can tolerate milk, and fish, stuff like that. Anything that's sourced from an animal as opposed to coming from the plant kingdom. So why did I start eating like this 1.5 months ago? The honest answer is I had a very bad hangover, and I was depressed and thinking that I'm a worthless piece of shit, and what's the purpose of it all? And then I was, as hungover people usually are, just browsing aimlessly on the internet. And I found this guy called Sean Baker talking about the carnivore diet. So Sean was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he's a huge, muscular, strong guy. He's 50 years old or 51 years old, but he's stronger than most, well, basically stronger than almost anybody. And for his age, he's probably the top guy in the world. You can look his pictures up on Instagram. So, as somebody who is a lifter, well, not very good at it, but I do lift weights, and Sean is also a weightlifter. Automatically, what he said carried more weight because weightlifters know their shit usually. They're serious people. So Sean was describing to Joe Rogan how he has been eating meat for a whole year, and he is very drastic about it. He eats only prime cut beef. He doesn't mess around with almost any eggs or dairy or anything like that. He goes for the good stuff. And his claim was that you can get all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients and everything else you need from this way of eating. And naturally I was skeptical, as I was naturally skeptical about myopia. But his argument was evolutionary. And I always perk up when it's evolutionary, because his argument was that we are evolved to eat meat almost exclusively, and all this bullshit about eating plants is a result of basically famine, and especially the very brutal famine that accompanied the death of megafauna, the huge mammoths and other very large animals who lived basically during the Paleolithic times. So as to the cause of this die-off of these big animals, who the hell knows? Some people think a comet hit the Earth, and Graham Hancock and others believe we hunted them into extinction. Whichever case it is, we probably were very proficient at killing these big beasts, and we had, thanks to that, access to huge amounts of meat, and especially fatty meat. So we evolved to eat, to gain our energy primarily from fat, and to build our body from meat and protein, and also to actually convert these into blood glucose. The liver can actually make sugar, a little known fact. So anyway, this famine hit, or the famines hit, and at some point we became agriculturalists, and things just went downhill from there. And well, I feel great. I feel absolutely great eating like this. I've lost a shitload of weight, as you can see. I'm not a small dude, but this shirt was formerly like close fitting. Now I'm basically I'm uh, I'm tempted to say in the best shape of my life. So I can do like 12 pull-ups, which is not that much, but it's quite a lot. And I look good. And not only have I lost weight, but I've fixed my dandruff. I've fixed my skin, my face. Uh, I don't need to brush my teeth anymore, which is absurd, but it's actually true. And my uh, tartar on the teeth is just coming off. So, which is supposed to be impossible without specialized dentist equipment. So, and generally speaking, my digestion is perfect. Only thing I have is some, let's say, candida infection in the mouth, which is probably more due to the fact that I kept drinking milk for quite a while on this program. But I now quit milk too, and I believe that will die off too. So, I put my mother on this program, and she had osteoarthritis in her neck. That's gone now. She feels a bit of pain, but it's very mild compared to what she used to have. She had it for like a year, and the doctor said, "Oh, this is just aging. You can't help it. You're a poor old woman." And now she's lost also a huge amount of weight. Looks great. Her face looks great. Doesn't have arthritis in her neck anymore. I mean, these are great developments. So I encourage everybody to stop eating things that aren't meat, basically. So you don't need to eat pasta. You don't need to eat bread. Bread is crap. Vegetables are bullshit food that don't have nutrition. Of course, it goes without saying you shouldn't eat chocolate and other garbage like that. Just stop with all the bullshit and start eating meat. And again, I will put some links in the description, and you can start living the way your body is actually genetically predisposed to eat.